Howdy do and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Ale Tale Tavern. Ale Tale Tavern is a co-op open-world tavern simulator with a great mix of cooking, hunting, exploration, combat, and questing. It's the first of its kind that I have played, at least. It plays exactly like any other simulation game you've played. House flipper, power wash sim, cooking sim, you get it. But it allows you to branch away from just tasking and lets you explore the world full of quests, enemies, and ingredients. So today, I'm going to go over the ups and downs of this game to hopefully help you determine if this is a smash or a pass. Sorry, I had to do it. Now, as I mentioned above, this game plays like most other simulators. In fact, I would say that it combines a few different sims into one. The whole point of this game is that you're running a tavern. You need to earn enough money to buy supplies and level up so that you can unlock newer and better tools and ingredients. To do this effectively, you need to cook dishes, brew drinks, wait tables, wash dishes, keep the place clean. You get it. The sim part of this is pretty fun on its own. You could totally just run your tavern and have a ton of fun, but you will likely want to get a bit of the story to unlock special recipes and workstations. After making a bit of money from running your tavern, you can buy furniture to allow your patrons to take a load off, and decorations to help you give your tavern that old-time fantasy aesthetic. Some of the best decorations, though, are found by exploring the world and breaking down loot crates. Your money's also good for purchasing storage solutions, seeds to grow and sow for recipes, and tools and equipment to help you along your journey. Outside of tavern keeping, you can farm, which although a little limited, is still pretty fun. You're given a 5x3 plot of land for growing crops that you can either use to cook dishes, brew drinks, and even brew potions. I do wish that you could upgrade the garden plot as you grow your tavern, because I would love to go sicko mode and plant like 100 things at once. But the growth times of all of the plants is not very long, so you can replant something new within minutes. The brewing and cooking part of this game is pretty simplistic but fun in its own right, and some of the different dishes can be very immersive. The best example I have are the boil dishes. Instead of just putting everything in a pot and waiting for the timer to finish, you actually boil your water first before adding your ingredients to cook properly. Now, one of the sim aspects that I really want to touch on, and it's something that I hate in every farm or life sim, and that is fishing. The fishing in this, honestly, is a breath of fresh air. There's no rapid fire or quick time events that tend to leave people, me, I'm the people, infuriated and trying over and over again to get it right. Fishing in this is simply casting your line to which the fish will automatically be attached, and then you reel it in by simply moving your mouse to the location of the rotating arrow. Easy peasy. When I mentioned above all of the things you have to do with your tavern, I bet you were thinking, how the hell am I supposed to do all of that? Well, you can try your hardest, maybe sweat a little, maybe even shed a tear or two, or you can get some help. That's right, this game can be played co-op, which allows other players to join your server and help you run your tavern. You don't have to play this way, but it is a nice option to have if you don't want to focus too much on the tavern part and more on questing. The only downfall I had with the co-op is that I was playing with random strangers that weren't on mic, so I would have my counter set a certain way, everything in order, because I have issues, and I would come back to absolute chaos, with counters filled with random things, dishes everywhere, and all of my ingredients completely MIA. Maybe you might not mind this, but I think it's probably better to play with friends only so that at least the chaos can be shared with mutuals who likely either think the same way that you do, or you can laugh with and just not be mad. Alright, let's get into questing now. You're going to end up running into several characters in different areas of the world who will need a favor or two, and eventually is going to want some of your fine food and beverage. It's fairly simple and straightforward to get through the quests. Most of them rely on combat and or collecting things. Now, the combat is pretty rough in my opinion, at least if you're a button smasher like me. You have to time things perfectly and defend yourself as best as you can, meaning you gotta run away because there's no shields or blocking. Be prepared, at the start of this game, you're going to die a lot. You simply cannot stay alive long enough since all you have at the start is a dinky axe and mediocre crossbow, but you can at least use alchemy and potions to try and stay alive a little bit longer. Not only that, you can eat the food and beverages that you make in your tavern. Better weapons and decent potions do end up making the combat a cinch later on, but you don't have much access to better things until your tavern is at least leveled up to like level 14, I think, or you've done a decent amount of questing. I don't exactly like the system, and I would like to see a bit more balance here, be it easier enemies in beginner areas, or at least more weapons that gradually get better every, say, 2 to 4 levels, instead of just winging around an axe like a caveman for 8 hours until you can finally have a big kid sword. One of the real downsides to the questing, for for me at least, is the lack of a map. Most games that have you going to see so-and-so and do God knows what at least gives you a marker on screen, or at least a HUD or mini map so that you can go the right way. All you have in this game is a decorative map and road signs. The only location that you can ever ping is your tavern, which at least helps you to get back safely and easily. But man, I can't tell you how many times I wandered around in circles looking for this glowing deer just to finish my quest. If you aren't directionally challenged, then you should be fine, but I definitely felt like I was living in the 90s again with paper maps and no GPS signal. I can say that this does slightly force you to discover things naturally, so if you're the adventurous type, then I'm sure you can honestly appreciate this. All around, the game has a fairly cozy feel to it. The art style is aesthetically pleasing and reminds me a lot of Peleus graphics. Gathering ingredients, cooking, and serving your grubby patrons is a ton of fun and super immersive. The questing in general is pretty fun and breezy, however I do have to say it, and I feel really bad about this because I don't want to crap on anyone's talents, but the voice acting is just... it's not good.
Let me assume you are the new owner of the tavern we're standing in front of.
Wow, you are a seer.
I can't tell if the voices are just AI generated or if the devs themselves voice the characters, and I don't know, that just that just doesn't seem like a good thing. This is honestly my only bad criticism. It's something that I can look past just by blasting through the story dialogue, but I know that there are a lot of people out there who get very turned off by NPC behavior. You know who you are. Since the game is so new, I imagine there will be plenty of patches and updates, and maybe we will see a dialogue rework, because honestly, aside from that, I have to say that this game is a keeper. Ale Tale Tavern isn't a perfect game, but all around, it is a good time, and has become my chill game to play when I just want to relax. It scratches that simulator itch that I haven't been able to scratch lately. If you want to check it out for yourself, as of now, there is a demo available that will give you a little taste of how the game runs and what you can expect. That's all I have for you now. If you like this video, then consider subscribing for more cozy indie content, and be sure to check out this video here for more. Until next time, peace out, my friends.